Miles, good to see you. Just want to start off, how are you feeling, and do you feel like you're ready to go for Sunday?
Absolutely, I feel good. Feel back to normal, back to myself, and I'm ready to get out there and, stack these wins up.
Ed and then Dave.
Hey, Miles, you missed 3 games. How frustrating is it to, kind of be in and out of the lineup so far this year?
Yeah, definitely frustrating, especially coming in the season, missing the game opener, the season opener, and then, getting on a good little start, I guess, doing whatever I can to help the team. And, I ended up getting set back a little bit more, but it's definitely frustrating. I'd be lying if it wasn't, but y'all look at the good out of it. Boston and Corey and Jason's been carrying the load, and they've been doing a great job of it too, so.
Dave and then Rob.
And Miles, it's our first time talking to you since the injury. It was kind of a crazy play where you got hurt. What happened exactly?
Honestly, it happened so fast, but I think it was the long run that I had that JJ picked up, saved the touchdown and stuff. But the guy that tackled me just awkward tackle, landed on the back of my knee and twisted just in an awkward position. But I'm back to normal and I feel good, so.
Rob and then John.
Hey, Miles, how much of a workload can you handle, especially coming off missing some games? Because earlier in the season, there was, I believe, one game where late in the game you weren't out there, and Doug said that you were fatigued a little bit. How are you feeling, and do you think that you can be able to go start to finish?
Absolutely. Like I said, I feel good. I've been doing a great job with my conditioning, rehabbing at the same time, and I feel like I haven't missed a step or a beat or anything like that. Practice been going well the whole week, just trying to finish up today strong and tomorrow strong, and we'll see what happens on Sunday.
John and then Martin.
Hey, Miles, you didn't get a chance to play against the Giants the first time. Curious what you've seen on film. It looks like they have a really good front, and Blake Martinez has fit in pretty well as a run stuffer. And also, how much can you learn from just sitting back and watching when Boston was playing against them?
Like I said, just staying locked in with the meetings. I was still going to meetings, even though they wanted me to rehab as much as I can. I was still going to meetings the first Giants week, taking notes, So I still know the game plan from last time, and change some stuff for this week too, also, and learning from Boston. But yeah, like you said, they have a strong front. I think that's a strong part of their defense, and number 54 Martinez is a real good linebacker back there for him. He looks smart. He looks like he just knows where to be at the right time. So we gotta just challenge him and really attack him and attack their front to have a successful game.
Martin and then Nick.
Hey, Miles. Obviously, you guys are starting to get like a bunch of guys back. Last time Jalen Reagor is back. Now you, probably Lane, maybe Isaac. Especially offensively, I mean, what's that feeling like to have as close to a full lineup as you've had all season? I mean, because the injuries started even before the season began.
Yeah, it feels good just getting all the guys out there back. We need as many guys as we can, especially for this last stretch in the second half of the season. But like I said before, it's good to have everybody back. But honestly, the offense and the team has been doing a heck of a job just having that next man up mentality, and the guys that's been stepping up has been doing a great job of that too. So.
We have time for a few more, so we'll go Nick, Daniel, and Les.
Hi, Miles. I just want to kind of piggyback off that question by John a little earlier. Sometimes young players can kind of gain a perspective just from sitting, and just in general. Was that the case with you, being forced to sit and watch for a couple games?
Can you explain your question?
Well, so you get a different perspective on the game sometimes if you're just forced to sit and watch. Maybe you see some things that you might have missed as picking up a blitz or whatever as a running back, anything like that. Anything that you gained in perspective just from having to sit and watch as opposed to being in practice?
Not really. It's not really no different than actually playing and then you going in watching film and you see what you miss. I mean, of course you're gonna see some stuff, but it's not really a difference really. Just learn from it. We watch film. We watch a lot of film, especially with Deuce, and he's very critical on all of our stuff, just about the little things. So yeah, I could say you see some stuff, but it's not as different as playing in the game and then going back and watching film, and you'll see a lot of stuff that you can get better at.
Daniel and then Les.
Hey, Miles. You've only gotten to be on the field with Jalen Reagor for one game this year, I think the Rams game. What's it been like watching him in practice, watching him come along, and what have you kind of seen from him, behind the scenes as a rookie in a similar situation to the one you were in just a year ago?
Yeah. He's just real focused, he's real locked in, takes practice real seriously, flying 100 miles per hour, just flying around, making plays and having plays created for him too. So I like watching him because I like watching him work, like last year when I was a rookie, you can't get too big-headed or worry about the rounds you win in. I mean, yeah, they brought you here for a reason, but you also got to prove it to these guys on the team and throughout the league. So just coming to practice every day and coming to work every day, ready to get better, and that's what I like about him.
Hey, Miles.
What does this offense need to do to click into gear? You've had some time to watch it from the outside here. What do you think's missing? What do you think has to happen for this to be the kind of offense you guys expected to have this season?
Simple, just protect the ball and play more smarter football, less penalties and protect the ball more. I think it's that simple. I think if we do that, then we can be the offense that we know we can.
Hey, Cre'Von, how are you? Guess we can start out on how you're feeling. If you're 100%, how much the bye week helped you in that regard?
Oh, man, it was tremendous. Did a lot of treatment, full, healthy, ready to go.
Ed and then EJ.
Hey, Cre'Von. Just looking at the Giants, you just played them 3 weeks ago. They seem the last couple games, Daniel Jones has really done a pretty good job of, using a lot of his weapons. I think he threw the ball to 10 different guys. I mean, how different does he look now as opposed to 3 weeks ago?
Oh, man, he's definitely a guy who's improving week in and week out, game after game, learning from his mistakes. And you can see it on film, and it's showing week in and week out. And we just can't undermine him or overlook him. He can make plays with his feet, with his feet and his legs, obviously, and he can make some throws under pressure. So we can't undermine his ability back there.
If I could just follow up with that, with him using more weapons, through to 10 different guys against Washington, how much more challenging is that when a quarterback does use, more than 4 or 5 receivers to get the ball to?
I mean, honestly, it really doesn't matter who he's really trying to target or how many receivers he's trying to throw to. I mean, I guess on our end, we're just trying to focus on our defense and what we have going on and going 1-0 and just stay on our normal routine.
Sorry, Cre'Von. EJ and then Martin.
Hey, Cre'Von. I'm wondering what you've seen from Michael Jaquette. He got his first NFL experience against the Cowboys, and just what have you seen from him? What does he do well?
Man, he's a young gun. He's rangy, he's lengthy. Came a long way. Was here in camp with us, and it's just phenomenal to see how much he has improving his game, and pretty much just be ready when his number's called. And when his number's called, he can go out there and pick up where we left off. And here at Philly, it's always been next man up mentality. Even just speaking from me in the past. So it's good to see him stepping up.
Martin and then Les.
Hey, Cre'Von. In the first Giants game, you went against, I think, Golden Tate. I think he got the touchdown and everything. Is there anything that you can use from when you guys were teammates here like 2 years ago to kind of help you with that? And also just their receivers in general. I mean, how tough are they to go against?
I mean, definitely just being better in the first 2 seconds of the down, just winning in press and staying on top. It's nothing that, he did great catch, great ball. He get paid too, so it is what it is.
Less in the Nick.
Hey, Strap.
What's up?
Talking to Jalen Mills this week about, he's moved back and forth from corner to safety and back again. You haven't really had quite to do that lately, but you're a versatile guy. What is that? What is entailed in that? And how do you think he's doing in his move to safety overall? And if you had to do something like that, what do you think would be tough about it?
I think Jay's been doing a phenomenal job wherever coach needs him. Like Coach Swartz always say, he looks at us as X's, and we're interchangeable, whether he need a guy at corner, nickel, safety. Vontae did it in the past. I did it in the past. Mills did it in the past. Currently still doing it now. And it's a field thing, and whoever Coach Swartz want in that position for, I guess, a particular matchup, then that's who he rolls with, and whatever that game plan is, that's what the game plan is. But you definitely have to be on your P's and Q's and know every role, whether it's nickel, corner, or safety. It's never just one position.
And if you had to be a safety, what do you think would be tough about that from being a corner primarily?
It's definitely the point of view is different. Seeing the field from back deep is different from just being up in the guy's face 90% of the time. And I don't mind that. I played safety in high school. I started out as a safety, and if I had to do it, then so be it. Like we're gonna work at it. We're gonna practice it. And 3-4 find a way.
Thank you.
See one more hand, so we'll end it here with Nick.
Hi, Cre'Von. You mentioned earlier about Daniel Jones and being able to make plays with his feet. Last time he had that big run against you, and it seemed like he hit a real high top speed, one of the top speeds in the league this year. Did that kind of catch you guys by surprise, and does that make you have to play a quarterback like him differently this time around, knowing that he can really take off and score from anywhere?
I mean, it was surprising, but I gotta see that a couple more times. You gotta do that about 5 more times for me to believe that. He was rolling. He was definitely picking his knees up. He was running so fast he even fell himself. So he definitely shocked me as far as reaching, I think, 21-2?
Something like that.
Something.
Compared to all the
like
best
that.
quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah. But we done played Lamar Jackson. We done played Daniel. We done played a lot of mobile quarterbacks in the past, and that don't change like how we play or how we see things or attack opponents.
Hey, Javon, you guys played the Giants very recently, a few weeks ago. Have you seen any difference in the Giants' offensive line since you go against them? And are there any difficulties that go against playing a team that you just saw a few weeks ago?
I mean, that's part of it. I guess answering the question of playing a team in your same division, it's gonna be a lot of similarities. We both know each other, so it's just about us executing and just being ready to play. But as far as their line go, they got a good offensive line, so we'll be up for the challenge and ready to attack.
Go ahead, Ed.
Hey, Javon, your former team is sitting at 8-0. I mean, do you follow the Steelers at all? Or, I mean, how do you feel about their start here?
I mean, yeah, of course I follow them because I got a lot of friends on the team. So, I mean, I'm not really worried about the Steelers right now. I'm just worried about, these last 8 games of the season and trying to get us that push for this last little stretch.
We'll go to John McMullen next.
Hey, Javon. It's been a strange year all around, but even a little bit more different this week with the intensive protocols. How's it been for you guys? Has much changed? Is it more difficult?
I don't think it's difficult just because we kind of seen it in the off season with the virtual stuff and just being, virtually on meetings and stuff like that. So I think we did a lot, felt good adjusting to it and still getting a lot of learning a lot from it. And just, our coach has been good to us in those meetings.
We'll go to Martin and then Jamie.
Hey, Javon. When you were in the AFC North and everything, there were probably times where you'd play like the Ravens or the Bengals or somebody like twice within a span of 3 or 4 weeks. Like, would you guys make a lot of adjustments? I mean, would you guys like look at the film and then just based on that, or would you pretty much keep it the same when you were going against them a second time?
I guess it all depends on what happened that first game. We was more so just correcting the mistakes because it's not going to be a lot different in these games because this is what they do. So it was more so of correcting our mistakes of what we made in that game and trying to get it right for this game.
Well, Jamie and then Ed Kratz.
Javon, can you talk about how hungry you guys are coming off the bye week to finally start racking some wins together? What is the feeling in this locker room right now?
Man, it's just, the bye week came at a perfect time, just starting to get, getting in our groove and just, it's like a fresh start right now. We just ready to go out there for this last 8 games and just, keep winning and keep building on the success we done had. So I think everybody pretty hype and just, ready to get it rolling because we know we just got a lot left in us.
Go ahead, Ed.
Hey, Javon, I just want to follow up on my first question. You mentioned, you're worrying about or trying to get a push here in the second half. What are some of the keys, do you think, from a defensive standpoint to make that push that you have to make happen?
I think we just got to be a team on the rise, just getting better every week, working our technique. And, some of the plays we didn't make in the first half, we got to make in the second half. And just, like I said, we just got to keep getting better. You never really as good as you think you can be. We know we got a long way to go and a lot of improvement to do.
One more hand raised, so we'll go to Dave Zangaro.
Hey, Javon, we saw Daniel Jones rip off that long run against you guys the last time. A little surprising to see that he had that speed, and does that change the way you guys do anything in this game?
I think it definitely was a surprise. I didn't know he was that fast, but I don't think we really changed anything. I think it was a little mistake on our end for him being so open. So I think we corrected that, and we're going to adjust. We're going to adjust to that this game.
Okay.
Hey, Will. How you doing?
How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Just want to ask you, I mean, the bye is always nice, I guess, but you had just come back the week before, and then you had a bye, and then I would imagine you'd like to have kept playing, right? If you had
that felt good. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
How do you feel like you're settling in, coming back, into the system and, with your conditioning and all that?
I feel good, man. Obviously, I came back Ravens week about 3 to 4 weeks ago. Felt like I played pretty good that week. Played the Giants. Felt like I, was able to play pretty good that game. Dallas game was a pretty strong game for me. So, obviously with the bye, gave me a little bit more rest, especially with the leg and everything, how everything's kind of playing out now. So, now we got the Giants again and stuff like that. So, we're just getting prepared for them. And personally, man, just I'm getting ready to do whatever the coaches asked me to do this game. So, feeling pretty good.
Les and then Dave.
Hey, Will.
What's up, Les?
I'm good. Jalen Mills, what kind of advice have you given him? You've played corner and safety and moved back and forth all the time. What's hard about that, and what have you told him about making that transition to safety, which is where they really want him to play, I guess?
Actually, man, I've definitely threw out a few pointers to him. He threw out a few pointers to me as well. Obviously, we both, kind of those interchangeable guys that teams like to have back there and stuff like that. But I think he's playing pretty good football, since the season started. And, just little pointers as far as, getting keys on the tackles, guard center guard stuff and things of that sort. Things that may have been different from him being at corner and making that transition to safety, kind of just using those big guys as keys, pass keys, run keys. Obviously, the quarterbacks looks different when you're kind of in the middle of the field and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things that we kind of been harping on.
And you think he's done well with this adjustment? Do you think he's?
Yeah, I think he's done pretty well, man. I mean, if he didn't, we wouldn't be playing. You know what I mean? So he's been doing a great job as far as doing the necessary things, as far as and the little things too, watching film and stuff like that.
Thank you,
Steve, and then John.
Hey, Will. This is our first time chatting with you since the trade deadline, and I know your name was kind of out there a little bit. What was that situation like? How did you feel about the whole thing?
It is what it is, man. It's part of the business, you know what I mean? I feel like as a football player and a player of my caliber, at the end of the day, teams are going to do what they're going to do with you. You just got to focus on what you can do to make this team win games and stuff like that. And, I definitely didn't worry about that too much. My focus right now is on the New York Giants and stuff like that. So it definitely, was in the back of my mind, but being in my 5th year, I definitely know it's a business. So, at the end of the day, you just never know what's going to go on. Just got to go out there and do your game and play what you do and do what you do best and make plays.
When the deadline passes and you're still an Eagle, what's that feeling like, knowing that you don't have to worry about it anymore?
It was definitely good, man. It was definitely good. It was like a sign of relief, but at the same time, I wasn't really too worried about it. So, it was just like another day at the office, you know what I mean? But I'm a Philadelphia Eagle. I'm here in my hometown playing football and stuff like that. So that's all I can ask for. Anybody can ask for that. So I'm just ready to go out there and make plays.
John, and then Martin.
Hey, Will. How you doing?
What's up, sir?
How are you?
Great.
Last time you played the Giants, Daniel Jones broke off that big one. He was really cooking. Did that surprise you guys a little bit on the back end? And second part of that is, as a veteran, how difficult is it to play a team twice in 3 weeks? Does it change anything?
For the first question, he didn't surprise us. We know he uses his legs a lot. And I think the thing that did surprise everybody was that he reached 22 miles per hour for speed. You know what I mean? So that was pretty decent. To see a guy, a quarterback especially, hit that top end speed. So that was pretty decent from him. But I think like you said, as far as the second question, man, just playing the team within 3 weeks, that's I don't think that's tough. I think the coaches do a good job as far as getting us prepared and using the different things that they've done the last 3 weeks and trying to interpret into the new game plan so that we're up to speed. But I feel like it's an advantage at the same time. You know what I mean? You're in that 3-game breakdown that another team would use, whereas though we had a 2-game breakdown or 3-game breakdown, I would say. To utilize for them. So I don't think it's too much of a burden, but I think, as far as the coaches we have in here, I think they're doing a pretty good job as far as getting us prepared for what they got in store.
Martin, and then Daniel.
Hey, Will. How you doing? All right. Hey, so we kind of noticed, like, in the home games that you played, you kissed the logo or something before the game. I mean, was that is that a Philly thing, or is that something you did back in Denver too, or?
No, I just started doing it here. When I was in Denver, I had my own rituals going on. Like here, I lay out my pads as if I'm, getting ready to play. Like I lay out my pads as soon as I come in the locker room. The first thing I do is grab my pads, put my jersey on my shoulder pads, and lay my pads out on the floor. So whoever walk past, they got to walk over my stuff. And then as far as the football field, when I'm out there and I'm warming up, I do pregame warm up on my own. I go out there with the team and do warm up, and then. I'm blessed, to be here in my hometown. Like I said, this isn't anything of normality, so I got to take advantage of it as best way as I can, and I need some blessings from the football guys and stuff like that. So I just feel and a lot of people don't know, man. I got a eagle right here on my arm, on the tattoo on my arm. So a lot of people didn't know that, and I had that before, even my first year in the league. So. I just always wanted to kiss that eagle because that's my favorite sky animal. And, I just feel like he'll give me some blessings.
All right. Sounds cool.
We'll take 2 more here with Daniel and EJ.
Hey, Will, we were talking to Malik Jackson yesterday, and he referred to Rodney McLeod as a Senator Rodney. What have you kind of seen from Rodney in, kind of this leadership role? He had the guys, on the get out the vote last week. How have you kind of seen him this year in that defensive backs room and then with the team?
Man, Rodney has done a tremendous job as far as keeping guys together, keeping the defense as a whole together, doing all the little things that's required of a safety of his caliber. So I think Rodney's doing a tremendous job, man, as far as getting guys in the right position, knowing where everybody has to be. And then off the field, as you can know, man, Rod's one of the biggest guys in the whole entire league. when it comes to community events, getting guys together to show love to Philadelphia, and things of that sort. So I think he's done more a tremendous job. I think he's been spectacular with what's going on this year and doing everything, and COVID going on and stuff like too, following protocols and still being able to reach out to the community, man. I think that's awesome.
Last question here with EJ.
Hey, Will. So you're not the first person to mention like Daniel Jones's exact speed. Is that something that you guys are like, familiar with? Like you kind of have like benchmarks and stuff with the player tracking stuff?
That's actually been pretty helpful to us, I think. Knowing that a guy can reach 22 miles per hour, we going to for sure implement him into, our game plan and stuff like that. So as far as what he does with all that, the zone reads is being a big game as everybody offense is trying to use their quarterback's feet a little bit more. So I think, with those logistics and stuff, they could be used as advantages for us, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
There we go. Hey, Lane, how are you?
What's going on?
I miss seeing you at your locker and stuff. But.
Hey, I miss having Court. Court's been out for a while.
Well, catch us up here. You're dealing with a couple injuries. You haven't been a full practice participant this week. Are you going to be I guess you're going to play Sunday, but are you going to be close to 100%, something in that range, or just kind of gutting it out?
I'll be able to play and function. Just the week before the last game, just another guy fell on my leg again. So just something hard to control. Had it drained again. Other than that, though, it's really improved a lot this week. So the most I practiced in a while. So it's been good.
The knee or the ankle had to be drained? I'm sorry.
The ankle. Yeah. The knee's fine. The ankle was drained, but it's feeling good now.
Thank you.
Jeff and then John McMullen.
Lane, you've played through injuries throughout your career, and it seems like sometimes you've been able to handle it more than others. But this year it's been in and out. What's this year been versus kind of the other years in that regard and playing through injuries? Why has it been so difficult this year?
It's just, I think, the way it all panned out, having it before the season and trying to play and get back and, just fighting through it. It is what it is. Lots of guys have done this before. But really, if I'm out there feeling good, then I'll be playing good. But really, it's just been frustrating more than anything, having to miss games. But it's ultimately how your body responds. But this week's probably been the best week as far as the most practice that I've done. So that's been a positive.
John and then Ed.
Hey, Lane, how much did the bye week help you in that recovery process? And we've talked about the ankle a lot, and it swelled up a lot. You've had it drained, you said, a couple of times at least. Do you expect that to continue, or is there going to be like a point where it should calm down?
Yeah, I think the bye week was big for me. As far as the best that it's been pretty good this week. As far as limited pain and swelling, but it's just something that we're probably gonna have to deal with the rest of the year. But as long as I'm not feeling as much pain as I was in the beginning, then I'll be fine. I'll be able to go through it.
Ed and then Kristen.
Hey, Lane, why do you think the ankle's been so problematic? You had the surgery in August. Wasn't that supposed to kind of correct, whatever the ailment was?
I think it corrected it from a stability standpoint. But if people or bodies fly on your leg, it doesn't matter what you do. So I've taken some advice from Trey Thomas. I'm starting to wear a knee brace, so I'm gonna have a knee brace on the rest of the year.
We'll take a couple more here with Kristen, Jamie, and then Martin.
Hey, Lane, it's good to see you. As you have been in and out, there's been a lot of pieces across this offensive line that's been in and out. But now it seems like those pieces are starting to return when you look at Jason Peters, Isaac Seumalo. Where's the confidence level knowing that you guys could really get a pretty healthy starting offensive line back for the second half of the season?
Yeah, it feels good to see the familiar faces in the huddle, getting the boys back together. So, yeah, anytime you can get the experience back on the line, a lot of guys have played a lot of ball around here throughout the years, the better we'll be. So, with NFL and injuries is something that happens. Offensive line's no different. So, guys are fighting to get back and fighting through it. And yeah, it is good to see them around.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Kind of along those lines, Lane, given how many injuries you guys have had, and the fact that you still in first place in the division, albeit with a record that you probably think should be better, how much of a chip do you guys have on your shoulders, and how hungry are you to prove that you're a better team than what you've shown so far, and to really rack some wins up the second half of the season?
Yeah, I think moving forward, we just want to play clean football. We want to put ourselves in the best position moving forward, cleaning up penalties or whatever have you, shooting ourselves in the foot. I think if we do that, then, a lot of our self-inflicted wounds will start to heal up and we'll start being the team that we're meant to be.
Go ahead, Martin.
Hey, Lane, you were kind of alluding to before, the fact that you guys are getting most of your guys back on the offensive line. But while, all these guys were out, all you guys were out, you guys like Jordan Mailata played both sides. You had Matt Pryor, obviously, switching back and forth, Nate, and I think even Brett Toth got in. I mean, what was that kind of like seeing those guys, get a chance to play? Driscoll, obviously, as well. And how do you think they did? And,
it's kind of like a flashback, I guess. I don't know if it was the 14 or 15 season where we kind of had a similar scenario, a bunch of different guys in, but you can really see guys progressing and getting better from, early stages of training camp or what have you, and progressing as players. And there's really nothing like game experience as far as getting that under your belt and making you become a better player. So, as far as the young guys, man, it's been fun watching them grow and get better, and really a lot of young talent and good people. So, as we start to get healthier, all that experience is just going to help us.